Hey everyone, this is Inspired Designs by Holly, and I'm Holly, and we're going to do a little Valentine project tonight, mostly with Dollar Tree items. I wanted to come on a little earlier tonight to get ahead of the Super Bowl Sunday. I know everybody be tuning in to that, watching the commercial. I made for the commercials or the halftime. I don't even usually know who's playing the game. But I know people take football seriously, so I wanted to come on a little earlier. So we've got some material. I got a couple of shades of pink. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to need. We'll see. And I've got some ribbon. We've got some flowers over here. Remember a while back I said save your envelopes. This was an Amazon envelope. I just opened it up. We're going to use the paper part of it. And then, I was looking for, oh, there's my glue gun. I'll make sure I got my glue gun. Make sure I turn it on. Because we're going to need that. Make sure it's good and hot. So, got that going. And a piece of paper. This is just a scrap piece of paper. Because you're not going to really need this for your project. And then one of these Dollar Tree tins. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to make a little flower basket to hang, like you can hang it on your door or inside door, outside door. And what I did is I just kind of freehand a heart on here. So we're going to cut that heart out. We're going to use that as our template for our, I don't want to freehand it on my actual tin. So I just kind of freehanded it on this piece of paper. So I'm gonna cut this out, and then make sure I like that shape of heart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace that onto my piece of envelope, and I am gonna do it on the so we had the double-sided, so we'll be cutting both pieces. And you could, if you really wanted to do a really kind of elongated heart, you could do that. I didn't have an envelope, a mailing envelope long enough to get a kind of elongated. I really kind of wanted to do elongated, but I didn't have another mailing envelope. I'm guilty. I usually throw them away, and I decided, hey, we can use those. They're good pieces of paper. So I'm just going to cut this out. And I'm cutting both thicknesses here. And we're going to kind of make a little pouch so we can stick flowers down in. I'm just cutting this little heart out. And you don't really have to be particular. I just did want to draw it on the piece of paper because I know if I go start cutting, I'll end up with a wonky heart. Which might not be bad either. But I'm just, so if you just hopping on or watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Make sure you follow my page so you'll get you'll see more of my DIYs, Chocolatier projects. Okay, so we have our two pieces of paper now. And now I'm going to take and I'm going to trace this heart on to this piece of tin right here. And what I did, you see a black dot on the back? I kind of felt where the center was, and I put my black dot on the back of it, about where the center is. Because you can't, it's hard to lay this down and draw on this. So what I do is I just turn it over, and then I know where the center of my, my tin is. And so I can center where I want my heart. I kind of want this design that's right here in the center, and you'll be picking up some of this outside designs. So let's see where my center of my heart is. I'm trying to get it where that'll be, and you will need a pen or a magic marker to, pencil won't draw on this. I'm not sure this pen will draw on this either. I think it's going to do enough that I can be able to tell where it's at. So I'm just going to trace around this heart again. And like I said, I just used a scrap piece of paper. I actually just grabbed a piece of paper. It was out of the trash can. It was a flyer left over from my Christmas open house. Okay. I just kind of want it to be the same shape and size. So I've got that on the back of my tin. So we're going to cut that out. And I'm going to try to cut it, because I'm going to try to save these pieces. Because these pieces over here, I could do other smaller projects with them. Little small hearts or Easter eggs or something like that with them. So I'm just going over to the back side. I'm cutting out my heart where I traced it on the back of this. And of course, this is going to kind of come apart when you start cutting it. Because these little tins, they're only stuck together or sealed by the outside edges, basically. They're not sealed. It's not sealed all the way around, which is fine because I'm going to peel off all the back of it anyway. All I want is the plastic piece that looks like the tin. And I'm leaving much of this intact as I can, because I can get other little small stuff out of these little pieces right here. So I'm going to lay them aside, and we'll save that. So this is where I was telling you it was going to come apart. I want this piece. I see my pieces kind of in the middle. I got a lot of the design. I wanted this in the middle. I didn't really want it to offset because I like that little design. And this is just the plastic piece. Actually, if you really wanted to save it, this part right here is the sticky part. You could cut out and use this vinyl piece. Okay, so we're going to lay all that aside. We're going to take our part right here, and I don't want it silver. I like this. It's pink sky, but it's chalk. It's Waverly chalk paint. Make sure I shake it up good. And we're going to paint our heart with this, and then we'll just stress it, and then we'll start assembling it. And we'll make us a bow. Look at that pretty pink. Do you decorate pink or red for Valentine's? So I'm just going to give this a coat. I'm going to try to hit it at kind of a heavy coat. So maybe we won't have to do but one coat. But I do need to get down in all the little grooves. So I'm going to go around in them first. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to give this a heavy coat. And I'll go back and smooth it out. I'm just trying to get it in all the little crevices of it. And then I'll go back and I'll go one direction and get it all the paint smoothed out. Look at there. Transforming this piece of tin. Like I said, most of the items are, I think the flowers, some of them are for Dollar Tree and some of them are from Walmart. But the tin and most of the pieces of material that we're going to make a rag bow out of came from Dollar Tree. Okay, so I got half the heart done, making sure I got all the little crevices down in all the little pieces and parts of it, because it's got some little detail on it, so you got to kind of get down in the pieces. And I don't paint the thing before and then cut it out, because I like to save the scraps so I can use them for another project. I'm all about getting every inch of something out of a surface. If I can save a little piece. And I have a box that I put all the little pieces like this back in. So when I'm looking for something, I can go in my little box and say, hey, I got a little piece. I don't need to cut a whole sheet. Or, because these little tiles, some stores have them and some don't. Some of them will have some other ones. But I always try to, when I go in the Dollar Tree, if they have these, I usually will pick up 2 or 3 of them. Because I love creating with them. Because I love antique, rusty, farmhouse type stuff. And I can do a lot and use these and make the antique farmhouse type style designs. Now I'm going to go back over up and down straight to make sure I got my paste is on there fairly, my paint is on there straight. I don't have any big globs. I'm hitting the whole, getting the whole surface. I'm trying to do it so I don't have to put one coat on it. So I was trying to hit it a little bit heavy, so that I'm trying to go back out and smooth it out. Because I guess if a little bit of it's showing, it's not going to be end of it, because I'm going to just stress it anyway. We're going to stress it and make it look like it's a piece of old tin. Okay. So while that's drying, I'm going to show you here, we're going to let that dry. Let's see, what else am I? Looking to see if I need to paint anything else while I got that out. I'm going to hit these little hearts. I'm not sure I'm going to use them yet, but that way if I decide to use them, they'll already be this color. I'm just going to hit the top sides of them. The sides of them, not we're so worried about the sides so much, but we're just going to hit the little hearts. And I'm going to lay them aside over here. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I'm going to use them. I picked them up because they look like little hearts, like little buttons. And sometimes I need something just to add a little something to it. And I'm sure if I don't use it in this project, I'll use them in the next. Oh, well, I had to paint in my brush. Let me grab a... I find that baby wipes are my friend when I'm crafting, because I get messy and I get it all over my hands. And I don't really want it all over the other part of it. So we're going to take this part and we're just going to glue from about right here on each side around. We're going to leave the top part of it open because that's where I'm going to stick my flowers in. Well, I cut it on and I don't think it came on and stayed on. I hope it's charged. If not, I've got another glue gun right here. This one evidently didn't charge all the way. We're gonna put it back on the charger. I'm looking to see what I'm unplugging over here before I unplug something. I don't want to unplug that. I'm gonna unplug this for a second. That's my dry tool. I'm gonna unplug that for a minute. Let's see. Let's plug this over here. Unplug that in right there. I do have another glue gun. Don't do nothing without having extra. It'll just take a minute for this one to heat up, but this one will heat up pretty quick. The other one's just my rechargeable one, and it's so much easier because I don't have all this cord out. But I do have another one right here handy. Some more glue strips. Give it a second to charge. Trying to see what else I can do while I am waiting. We could dry this a little bit. See if I can get, I'm not sure which one this is. Dry this a little bit. We can go ahead and antique it. I just knew my glue gun was charged. I used it last night. So we're gonna just give this a quick dry. I see a little spot right here that looks like I kind of missed. So I'm just gonna hit that while I'm drying. So what team are you for tonight on the Super Bowl? I like the commercials, and most of the time the halftimes. I know sometimes the halftimes aren't that great, but we'll see. Like I said, I couldn't. If my life depended on it right now, I probably couldn't tell you who's playing today. I know one's got a green jersey and one's got a red, I think. I saw a picture. I'm not a football fan, so I don't normally watch the Super Bowl. I need to hit a little more paint right here at the bottom. It looks like It's a place look like I totally missed. I feel like I totally missed this bottom corner right here. Okay. I guess with the paint drying a little bit, I don't want quite that much silver showing through. With the paint drying a little bit, you can see more where I missed. Because normally it takes 2 coats anyway, and I was just trying to put it on heavier and do 1 coat and see if I could get by. To get full coverage, it usually takes on this plastic, because you're covering the plastic in it. Sometimes it takes 2 coats to get it covered. Okay, we'll finish drying this up, and then we'll go ahead and distress it. And I have a one that dries quicker than this, but you can't talk over top of it. It's so loud. This is the Chocolate Tour's little quick dry tool. It really comes in handy to dry this. And like last night, I used it to dry my ink project. It's not gonna, unless you get it down really, really close, it's not gonna melt anything. It doesn't get as hot as a heat gun. But it does usually dry this paint or paste or whatever you're doing with pretty quickly. I know I've been doing my lives at 5 or later at night, but I knew with the Super Bowl everybody was going to be tuned in. Figured I might give some of the wives something to look at after or during the football. They can always watch the replay. If you're not a football fan, because I know the husband, the boyfriend, or some of them are going to have that game on. I'll be in front of the TV, but I can't guarantee you. I can tell you who's playing or what the score is at any point in the game. So if you're just hopping on, let me know that you're watching with us. I think the more I dry it, the more I see places I missed. That's a disadvantage of me not going back, drying it, and then going back and putting two whole coats on it. Because I look like I'm adding now. I am actually putting that second coat on. So we're just going to give it a quick dry. I think it's turning out so cute. Look at that pink heart. And that's kind of an antique-y pink. It's not a bright pink. It's more of a dusty rose. I see a spot on the side where I picked it up that didn't have any on it. I think I still got a little bit of paint in my brush. I think I'd have been better off just drying it and put a second coat on it. Okay, let's see if my glue gun over here is hot, so we're going to cut this off and we're going to glue this other part together, and then we'll go ahead and get started on this. Okay, my glue gun's gotten hot over here. And where's my other glue stick? It's gonna need one. So what I'm saying I'm gonna start probably on this somewhere like long right in here and gluing it. I wanna leave this top section in here open, and I might be able to go back a little bit and glue a little bit more. So I'm doing the first part of it. And we're gonna put this one on top of it. You need to match it up pretty good. And I'm just pinching it together to get that glue to hold it. And then we're just going to come up this side and hit all of this side all the way up. Okay. And let's see, how far do I want to go? If I want to leave this open, I want to be able to get flowers in, but I need to come up to about right here, I guess. I want to be able to get my flowers and stuff in the top of it. And it's kind of like a pocket. Okay. Okay, so we got this, and this is like a pocket now. So I can put my flowers in here at the top of this when it's finished. And I see one little spot. I can see it. Let me look in there. I can see it when I'm doing it. Oh, it's right there. That I didn't get any glue. So we're gonna go back and try to get. I don't want my stuff falling out the bottom of it. Yeah, tell me which color you use for Valentine's Day. Do you use red, pink, or do you use a combination of both? This is going to be the last, probably the last Valentine project between now and Valentine's Day. So now I'm just going to take and I'm going to put some glue around the edge here, and I'm going to lay my heart on top of it. And this I'm going to glue all the way around because I want it to stay on there. I don't need the pocket in between this piece and the thing. I just need it to stick to this now, because we're going to use the pocket on the other piece. So I'm going to pick this up. It's still a little bit wet, and we're going to lay it on top of it and try to get it pretty even. I might have to trim it, might have to trim the other piece up just a little bit, although I use the same. Yeah, I might trim it up just a teeny bit. And you could always put, I have some rope here that we could put some rope edge on it. We'll see what it looks like. And I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. Get my cardboard that's sticking out where I didn't get it quite as close. I'm not cutting the tin. I'm just cutting the card, the envelope. I'm just cutting the cream part of it. Okay. I gotta give this one little corner right here. Okay. So now we have, oops, that didn't stick right there, it come apart. Now we have like a little envelope. I think my glue, when I went to the other side, my glue dried before I could get it down, but that's no problem. We can just put some more glue right there. We'll glue the top part of it. And then we'll come down a little further, put a little more. And then we'll get the bottom part right here where it didn't stick. And put a little glue. I got some rope here that I thought maybe, I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Let me find my scissors. And I know I got, oh, here they are right here. I know I got them out. Cut this tie right here. I'm not sure if I want to put this around this like this or not. I'm not sure if I want to put it around like that. We'll see when we get it all together, if we want the rope or not. Okay, so I'm going to lay this aside and let it finish drying a little bit. And then we'll antique it. We'll take our, I have some ink we can do it with, or we can do it with some antique wax. And so now we got to have us a cute little bow, and I didn't pick my bow thing up. I got it out, and then I didn't pick it up. Okay, so we're going to make us a cute little bow. So I'm just going to take a piece of jute string and lay it down in here to make the bow. We're going to make a rag bow. I don't know if you've ever done a rag bow or not. So this is a bow dabber. You can do it. I have another one. It's two pieces of wood that I made. So we're going to take this little strip of it's like muslin, and I'm going to take and just cut a I guess that's probably a, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch strip. I'm just going to start it like this, and then I'm going to take and do this. Yep, I say I'm going to do it. I didn't have no trouble with the other material doing it. I bet I'm cutting this the wrong way on the bias. I probably am. It's not going to tear. I wonder if I do it the other way. I got a whole piece of material of it. Let's see if it tears this away. This one, or I'm just weak today, because I usually tear it with no problem. Well, let's try the pink and see if that'll. And this is just a piece of this one right here just came from Dollar Tree. I want to do it the long way because I need the pieces to be able to make bows. See, I know I wasn't crazy. See, it rips. I knew I wasn't crazy. I don't know why that piece. I haven't tried. That was a new piece of the little muslin that was a new piece of that. So I'm gonna do about three of these. And I want that raveled edge. I want that raveled, worn out edge. That's the reason I'm not cutting it smooth. I want that worn out, ragged edge. Okay, and we're gonna use, I think I need the one of these. These are all clash. I really need this one. Let me try it in another spot and see if it'll, hey Agnes, see if it'll tear. I've never had one that I haven't been able to tear like that. Well, there it goes. But it ain't tearing, it's not tearing down the edge though like I need it to. It's a little bit thick there in the middle. Let's try it again and see if it'll do it. I just need a couple little pieces of it. This is to make a rag bow. I don't know why this like I said, I had no trouble tearing that other one. But this is actually a little bit thicker. It's better quality material. This is your Waverly material that came from like Walmart, but it is tearing. And I know I have all these strings hanging off of it, but that's fine. We'll take care of those when we make the bow. Let me tear one more piece because I needed 2 pieces of it. I know everybody's thinking crazy. Don't you use ribbon to make bows? Not necessarily. Okay. And I know a good quilter or something like that, my mama would have a fit if she saw me tear material like that. Okay. And then I have some little ivory lace we're going to put in there. So I put my string down in here. And I'm going to take this. And I'm going to take my piece of material. And I'm going to go like this. I'm going to leave this little tail hanging over here. This is going to be our tails on our bow. We're going to, I need to turn it this way so you can see it. We're going to make a little loop. And I don't need a big bow, so that's our little loop. We're going to go back the other way. And we're going to leave the other piece for our tail. We're going to take the next piece. We're going to leave our tail. We're going to make our bow. I'm just going to go back and forth on this. This piece is a little bit longer, so it'll go on there 2 or 3 times. And then we're just going to do it back and forth. Okay. And then we're going to take another piece of pink and do the same thing. And we can always cut our little ends off if they are ready at the end. I'm going to put this other piece of pink in there. Get our tails all going to the bottom. So it'll make a difference when we get to the end. Oops, let's see. Okay. And then back over. We need all of our tails coming down this way. Okay, we'll do one more piece. And then I need to make sure that my tail, let's see, I need to make sure my tails end up on this side so we have some tan tails on this side. And I know this looks crazy, but I promise you it's going to be super cute when we're finished. And I'm just doing it back and forth. And then I'm gonna make sure this ends on this side. So, and then I take this and I pull it up like this. And we're gonna pull the whole thing out. And we're gonna make our little bow. And I promise you, it is gonna be super cute on the project when we finish. So I'm just gonna take it and tie it in a knot a couple times. I don't have enough hands sometimes. Okay, and then we'll do it. And we'll trim the bow up, the pieces on the end. Okay, so now we've got our starting of our bow. We're waiting for this to dry. I think this is dry. We're gonna antique our heart. And I just have a, this is called Distressed. It's like an ink pad. And I'm just gonna take and hit, can you see where the high-rise pieces are on this? It's like in this right here where you can see where all the design is. And that's the part I'm gonna hit with this. And it's just gonna, I'm just hitting the top of it. Look at that. It's making it look like it's old and antique. And I'm just hitting over the top of them. Making sure I get all of the design with a little bit on it. That's what gives it that antique look, is hitting those upper pieces. I'm running across right here where I can see it. And this is just a little bitty mini. It's an acid-free water-based. This one's called Vintage Photo, and I have ground espresso. So we took this one, and I'm gonna hit this one. This is gonna give it a little bit different color. And this will give it some dark spots in it. Look at that. Doesn't that look antiqued now? It's turning out so cute. So now we're gonna take, we gotta be able to hang it. And I wanna do all this before I put the flowers in it. I have a hole punch here. And this punches wood and all. I'm gonna put right here at the top. Get it in there, and I'm trying to see if I put it right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. If you missed the first part of it, this is an envelope like you mail stuff in. And I made a pocket in it. So we're gonna stick our flowers down in the pocket. We're gonna use a piece of, I know I put it in my thing, here it is. Piece of old, this looks like tin wire. It's not rusty, it's shiny, but it does look like the rusty wire. And let me see about how long of a piece I need. Okay, and I'm just cutting this, and I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna stick it through this hole. And I'm gonna wrap it around my pencil a few times. And that's gonna keep it from going through back through that hole. And then I'm gonna pull it around this side and do the same thing. I'm gonna stick it through the hole. And then I'm gonna take my pencil and just wrap it around and then slide it off, and it makes like a little ringlet. You can see it or not, it looks like a little ringlet. And I'm just taking that and putting it where the hole is and pushing it down. So now we have a cute little hanger on it. So next thing would be, we need to get some flowers in it. And I still can't decide if I want this rope around the edges or not. I can't decide. I think I like it without it. Okay, so I have some, I know I didn't have really pink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the flowers that are this color, that had a little bit of tip of on there. I think that's gonna be too long. And I have a pair of wire cutters. And we're just gonna cut them. We're just gonna cut them off. I think I might have to do them one. Might have to do each section at a time there. That looks like it's missing a flower off of it. I don't really need that piece. We're just going to cut these. I cut down on it and I'm just bending it now. Okay. That's still got the price tag on it. I'll pull that off. Pull that off. Oop. I need the little stem. Okay, so we're going to stick these down in our top. This has got that little bit of pink in it. I didn't have any pink. I had pink, but they're a funny pink and it didn't really go. So I'm actually going to use the ones that like this, the little white ones off of it. And I promise we'll be using the others for something else. Okay, I'll slip that price tag off. I'm just going to get me a few little pieces of the green and pieces of the white. And then I have another one, though, that's going to be sick looking. But the two little balls would be cute on it. These wouldn't be cute in there. Okay. And what else? I think this has got another one. So we need to get the pieces off of this one. And we'll save the roses because they're really pink. They're not an antique pink. We'll save them for something else. We'll be making a sign or something for spring, and we'll use those pinks. Let's see. Did I get them all? I think. Let me grab this little piece right here. I'm trying to find one that's got mostly the other. I don't want to put a pink in it. This one right here will be okay, I think. So I'm just cutting some flowers off. So now we're going to take our little envelope. And I got the hole in the top. And we're going to start putting our flowers in there. I probably should have waited till the end to put my hanger in there, but we can work around it. I need to put some more glue right there. It's coming unglued. I'm not used to using this little glue gun. I'm used to using my big one. And this stuff, it doesn't stick as much. I don't know why it doesn't want to stick as much. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put some flowers in there. And we'll just have to bend our wires to get them so they'll kind of come over to the side, over to the top, facing some of these flowers facing to the front, some of them going up the back. We'll put some greens in there. Get some greens in there. And then stick this little flower in the back. Let's get him over to the side. I think we need something over here. Let's stick it over to this side. Get the little flower, flip that little flower face to the front. We'll put these little greens in the back. And I got a bigger rose that we can stick right here in the front. I need to take that tag off of it and I'll bend it so it'll come toward the front some. Bend this one, bend it at the top. That's what I like with the wired flowers. We can get them down in there, move them around. Okay, and I'm going to put this little, I'm going to move this up and I'm going to stuff this little piece right here with all these little white right down in the front. Look at there. Our little flower. Let's get this one. This one needs to come up to the top more. And if I have to, you can always hot glue them in there. Get them where you want them, hot glue them in there. Let's bend the top of this one a little bit. Look at there. How cute is that becoming? At a Dollar Tree, and the flowers, some of the flowers are from, I think some of the flowers are from Walmart. Get my greens. These greens come up. Flowers, I think it's got a little bit of yellow in it. Trying to get these turned so that when, like, if you hang it on the door or something, it's the flowers are facing the right, facing out. There you go. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put my lace in my bow when I was making it. I forgot to put my lace in there. So we're just going to trim it up a little bit, get some of the real wild strings off. And that pink, I wish I had another color pink. I'm debating whether to take the pink out. I'm still debating whether to take that pink out and just put lace in it. I think I'm gonna take that pink out and just put lace in it. And see, I didn't cut the ribbon, so we can do it again. And I'll just use the white and the lace for the bow. I'm not digging that pink. I am not digging that pink. It's kind of off. And I didn't realize there was, you don't realize there's so many shades of pink. So just make sure if you're just tuning in, you let me know that you're watching the replay. We're just going to flip this bow around real quick and redo it. It's not going to take but a second. And we'll make sure we put that lace on the top of it this time. I'm just flipping it back and forth in the bow maker. If you don't have a bow maker, that's okay. Flipping it back and forth. I'm just taking it and flipping it back and forth like we did the first time. We're just flipping it back and forth. I'm just trying to do it quicker this time so it won't be so long. And we'll take a few pieces of this ribbon, this lace, and do the same thing on top of the ribbon. We'll do the lace. And we'll do the 3 loops of the lace at the top. I think of Victorian stuff with the lace and all. Okay. Now, we'll just do like we did before. Pull it up through the middle. But you got to make sure you put your little string in there. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, this is going to be so much cuter than that with the pink in it. The pink just kind of, it was an off pink, and I really liked this. This pink was called Pink Sky. I really like that pink because it reminded me of an antique or a Victorian style. Trying to find which way this piece right here goes, and get it where it's not quite so long. There you go. It's tied up tight. Coming on tonight before the football game. I know everybody's going to be glued to the TV this evening. Like I said earlier, I couldn't tell you who was playing. Okay, I like that a little bit better. I made these loops a little bit long, but we can live with that. We can fix that. Okay, got our tails coming down. And I'm going to cut these off right here. We got our rag bow. Look at that. How cute is that going to be? If you missed it, you can always go back and watch the replay. Oh, I am going to take this little heart that I said I wouldn't know if I was going to use it earlier. I am going to put that in the center of this little bow. I think that'll be so cute. Okay, let's glue our bow on. Get all these extra pieces out of my way here. Let's glue this bow on. Oh, my glue's, put another glue stick in. Get lots of glue on the back of it so it'll stick to it. Put that little bow right there. This is what I call a rag bow. It's made out of material. It's not made out of ribbon. You take the material and you tear it. Okay. I'm trying to get the ribbon. And then you can take that little bow and you can fluff it out however you want it. I'm gonna glue this little bitty heart in the center. there. Oop, my little flower right there is coming out. I guess I need to probably glue them together. I didn't put any styrofoam. I didn't glue them in. Got our little hanger up here. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Okay, I got one more little thing I'm going to do to it. Where's my little tag I had? Oh, this was the other flower here's the other flower I was going to put in there with the little balls on it. I think it's got a little bit of pink in it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I got this little tag. We're going to take this tag and we're going to stain it. And this is just your Waverly, it's Waverly wax. It's an antique. I'm putting the top back on because I didn't shake it up at all. You just shake it a little bit. Hey, Rebecca. And I put the Waverly wax on. You can put it on with a brush, a sponge brush, anything. I use a baby wipe. I just take and that was one reason I shook it back up. I get whatever's in the lid. I touch it in the lid. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stain this little tag. We're just going to stain this little tag. Just kind of antique it up. I am going to do both sides. I'm not sure if it'll show or not, but I will do both sides. It's not going to take long. This stuff pretty much dries. If you rub it on and then rub it right back off, it pretty much dries. Okay, I'm just trying to get it a little bit darker. I'm going to see which side I like better. I don't think it matters. Sometimes a wood grain. Okay, there's our thing. And what I'm going to do, I have some rubber stamps. And I'm going to take this rubber stamp. This one says love. If you can see it, it says love. And I'm just going to hit my ink pad. And I try not to make sure I get it off too much. And we're going to put this on here kind of sideways. It's not, look at that. Love. Okay, we're going to take a little piece of jute string. I know I have it laying here somewhere. Yep, here's a piece of jute string. We're just going to take a piece of jute. I think this is the piece I cut off. I'm looking for my scissors. There they are. Take my little scissors. I'm going to take this other little heart and we're going to string this. I'm going to try to anyway. Try to string this other little heart. And all I did was put a little bit of glue on the end of it. And then we're going to string this tag. And that heart is going to hang at the top of that little tag. And then I have this little bitty key. We're going to put this key on this tag. Look there. We have the tag, the key, the little heart. I'm going to tie a little bitty knot in the top of this. And we are going to hang it off the top of our thing. If you don't want this on there, you don't have to put it on there. I'm hanging it off the little hanger thing. Looky there. That is a little rag bow. You can make your loops bigger or smaller. You can fluff them out a little bit here. It's a little rag bow. How cute is that going to be to hang on my door for Valentine's Day? Do you decorate for Valentine's Day? Do you use red, pink, combination of both? Some years I use pink, some years I use red, and this year I've done both. If you go back and watch my lives for the last week, I did a little sign in a picture frame, and I did that one in red. what else did I do? I did the little long sign that has the little hearts in it. That's going to be interchangeable to put our shamrocks in and our bunnies and Easter eggs and stuff like that. So make sure you go back and follow me and watch my other lives and let me know what you think, and make sure that you bless it out, and we'll catch you next time. I'll see you tomorrow night.